Hi, welcome back to Sunday School. This week's book is about Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, R-E-S-P-E-C-T. And the reason the title is written out that way is it is a nod to one of her famous songs called Respect, in which the lyrics were spelled out to the word. It is written by Carol Boston Weatherford with art by Frank Morrison. I want to read a little of the author's note in the back before we get started on the actual book. Aretha Franklin, 1942 to 2018. She was a singer, songwriter, piano player, and civil rights activist. Hailed as the Queen of Soul, she was born into a religious and musical family in Memphis, Tennessee. In 1944, the Franklins moved to Detroit, Michigan. There, her father Clarence, a gospel singer known as the man with the $1 million voice, became the pastor of New Bethel Baptist Church. Her parents separated when Aretha was 6, and her mother Barbara, also a gospel singer, died 4 years later. As a girl, Aretha learned to play piano by ear and sang with her sisters in the church choir. Touring the gospel music circuit with her father, she met singers Clara Ward and Mahalia Jackson and civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. At age 14, Aretha recorded her first album called Spirituals, and the music industry took notice, and by age 18, Franklin had landed a contract with Columbia Records. Franklin was not just an artist, though. She was also an activist. During the 1960s, she performed at benefit concerts to support the civil rights movement and quietly donated funds to bail protesters out of jail. Franklin appeared on television variety shows, and her music has been featured on soundtracks for many TV shows and movies. She also acted in 2 films. Franklin had a powerful voice and a 3-octave vocal range. During one awards show, she stood in for an ailing opera star, Luciana Pavarotti, astonishing everyone by singing the challenging Nessun Dorma. When she was in her 60s, Franklin studied classical piano with a teacher who trained at New York's Juilliard School of Music. In her spare time, the mother of 4 enjoyed cooking, and family and friends called her by her nickname Riri. For many years, Franklin's fear of flying limited her touring. However, that diminished neither her fame nor her accolades. She sang during inauguration festivities for President Carter and President Obama. And Franklin scored numerous firsts, including becoming the first female inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She was also inducted into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. During her career, she received 18 Grammy Awards, the National Medal of Arts, and the Presidential Medal of Freedom. For her lifetime achievements, she was named a Grammy Living Legend. In Detroit, Franklin's adopted hometown, an amphitheater is named in her honor. So I hope you enjoyed the book. I think the illustrations are beautiful as well. I'm going to show you a couple of the end pages. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Looks like an early childhood photo. B-L-E-S-S-E-D, blessed. Cradled by the church, rocked by an ebony sea, Aretha says a little prayer each night on bended knee. D-E-T-R-O-I-T, Detroit. The Franklins moved north from Memphis, Tennessee. They put down roots and rise like a mighty tree. M-U-S-I-C, music. Hand-clapping gospel, the Franklins' pedigree. Parents, children praise the Lord in stirring harmony. Strife, S-T-R-I-F-E, Clarence and Barbara Franklin can't seem to agree. Daddy wasn't faithful, so Mama chose to flee. Gifted, gifted. Young, gifted, black, Aretha hears a melody. Then she plays the tune by ear, plinking perfectly. EXAMPLE, example. Her preacher father fights for rights in his community. Other leaders visit to voice a common plea. TALENT, talent. Young Aretha's solos soar with artistry. Her wise father senses his daughter's destiny. DEBUT, debut, means coming out or first time. 14 recording live and nervous as can be, she cuts a gospel album, gives God the victory. VOICE, voice. Aretha's voice resounds with color and clarity, spanning 3+ octaves. The maestros all agree. GROOVE, groove. Aretha finds her groove when she's rocking R&B. No woman of her time has more chart stoppers than she. RIGHT, right. For the civil rights movement for racial equality, Aretha raises funds and gives concerts for free. Someday, we'll all be free. And there's where she is the activist that she's known for. GREAT, Aretha's crowned as Queen of Soul, our own royalty. She wins awards and accolades and more than 1 degree. PROUD. When the first black president is sworn into history, the Queen rejoices with "My country, 'tis of thee." That's the inauguration. Sweet land of liberty. HUMBLE, humble. Aretha tours her queendom from sea to shining sea, but in Detroit, down to earth, she's known just as Riri. RESPECT, respect. The Queen of Soul blessed us with a golden legacy, but she would probably call it the gift that God gave to me. I love the artwork too. So I hope you enjoyed this book and enjoy the activity that we have linked to it in our email. We'll see you next week.